Come on. Look at you. Look at you. Stan! Can you take this one? Stan, come here! Get back here!
You know, like,
I still got
I have to hold the dog.
Oh, Stan, hold on. Okay, thanks. I'll get my phone. Stan, hold on. Piper, hold on. Stan, you're gonna Stan, hold on.
Ah, the dog! He's a psycho! Oh, up in. Hop up, butts.
Oh. No, get in the car. Come on. We're going. Come on. Let's go.
Up.
Let's go. Let's go.
Up.
Pick him up. Pick him up.
I can't do that when he runs away.
There you go, Waddles. All right, Stan. Stan.
Stop trying to kill me.
Stan, come on. Let's get you in. No. I think this means you get to go with us. Should we see? Okay. I'm waiting forever for this form. Oh. Wow. All of this just so big. This is insane. Look at this. Okay. We got it. We actually get to go. Woo-hoo! Dorks.
I got past you. This is what you get for sleeping.
Are you trying to make friends with Buddha, Watson, and then he's yelling at him? Stanley, he's not going to pay attention to you.
So that was just some of the experiences of our dogs. It started while we were still in Iowa, probably in January or February, when the house was on the market, and we would have showings multiple times a week. And so whenever we had a showing, we had to scoop up the dogs and get them out of the house. We tried to make it quick, but it wasn't always, as you could see, it wasn't always a quick process.
No, I have to say, though, that I'm like, you have to film this because nobody will believe how insane and how they are so excited to go. And so now they've done all kinds of things. So they were much better in the ride to Chicago and all of that. But I mean, they've, been all over Portugal now and 6-hour car trips, and they did just fine. And so I'm sitting here, I've got Stanley with me here. Here we go. So Stan, yeah, he's made friends with Buddha. They're no longer trying to kill each other, which is kind of funny. But for weeks, the very first thing he'd do when he came outside was yell at Buddha.
It's unfortunate because the only video I could find, I thought we had more videos than that. That little 3 seconds of him barking at Buddha, that was like a daily occurrence for the first week or so that we were here.
It was more like the first 3. Like he would randomly decide he was going to ignore him, and then he'd go back and like bark at him.
Buddha is still over there. You can't see Buddha here, but
he's now a friend. So, but I have to say, like, okay, so the paperwork was crazy.
It was.
And our vet, we had to do it multiple times. The first time the vet filled out paperwork, that was not okay. It was not good for Europe, for the EU. It was okay for, like, the UK, and then it was a whole bunch of other things, so that was a whole nightmare. And literally was down to the last minute. Like, we had no idea if we were going to be able to leave or not.
We had to reschedule our flight one time because the certificates hadn't arrived. So it was actually very exciting because we were leaving. We had tickets in for the next day, right?
Oh,
And
yeah,
it
we
was,
did.
It was the evening before when we got the certificates in hand
Thank
for our
God,
next
because we
flight.
literally, like, the flight was leaving late in the evening from Chicago, so we still had a drive.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, we had a rental car and everything on top of it, so there were so many moving parts. I don't regret it, though. They loved it here from the moment we got here. They've been very chill and think
They've
it's
been
fantastic.
good. They've also gone to their new vet a couple of times. They're registered in the Portuguese veterinary system. And
yeah, and they should have pet passports in the next month or so. They'll be ready for that. So
And you could see Leo, the cat, has become quite fond. That video was the first time that he ventured out of the house into the backyard. Since then, he now he explores the neighborhood now.
He does. He climbs over the wall. He's found somebody's little garage to hang out in randomly. There's a little crack in the door, and so he goes and hangs out there. And I stand out on the deck and I go, Leo, get back here. And he does.
The problem for Leo is that there's stray cats and also stray dogs that wander the neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't really want to encounter them. But
The stray cat's definitely not. I would say, though, the dogs that we see, like, I convinced is just an escapee. Like, he chews his way loose and finds he's just an escape artist. So we'll see what happens, but they definitely, they all have, in thinking about it, I needed to know where they were at all times because both Leo and Stan could go on the plane with us, but Watson had to go in the cargo hold and there was no way around it. So they all have Apple tags on them. And
They
so
do.
thank God for that, because still we go out and try and ping to figure out where Leo might be, or before we leave the house, we make sure that Leo's inside and he hasn't wandered off.
that's true. And I just have to, as we wrap it up, there's Stan. He's
Just hanging out.
hanging out.
All right.
All right.
I can't believe it. We got them here.
It was quite an adventure moving with animals, but I don't know, they did well on the flight, and it's been pretty good. The dogs bark at everything that moves, but it seems like everybody's dogs here bark at everything that moves, so I guess they fit right in.
Yeah, but that's okay. We'll see.
Yeah.